Dun, 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 dun. Why do I have Billie Jean stuck in my head? I have Billie Jean stuck in my head. Shouldn't complain. It's not a bad song to have stuck in your head. I like Billie Jean. How are you all doing this evening? I hope you're all having a lovely evening. I'd like to introduce you to Blackberry the kitten. She's my favorite little kitten. She's the cutest cat you've ever seen. And my God, the messages flowing in. Hey man, hi, how's it going? Hello. Yes, hello, how are you all doing? I hope you're all having a lovely, lovely evening. My God, it says 32 messages a minute. No, there's more than that. Oh my God. Hello, dude, fixing a board right now. Well, I hope you're having a good board repair there. Do you like nachos? I'm not a big fan of nachos. When is the concierge box restocked? I am going to message Dan right now and say, Dan, how people in my live stream are calling for your head. 130 messages a minute. Holy shit. Is Google watching your every move? No, they're watching everyone's every move, probably. Not just me. Nothing unique to me. Sorry about your bike. Love your videos and opinions. Why, thank you. Where's Mr. Clinton? I'm not sure where Mr. Clinton is right now. E-bike tutorial. You know what? I may not be the person that people listen to at this point in time when it comes to that. Something tells me that I'm not the one people are looking to listen to for that. Just a guess. How much you had to pay for damages caused by bike? I'm not thinking about that right now because that'll make me depressed. So we're just gonna avoid that. I am gonna be paying for the door, but oh my God, you just posted the same message twice in a row. Oh, no, that's not. Go away. Come on. There's 130 messages a minute. That's not cool, man. Don't do that to me. I can't read 130 messages a minute, especially if you're making it 132. How do you like the new repair shop so far? I like it. It's just hard to find people who are good at fixing boards, and I'm working on finding more people who are good at fixing boards. Are you going to sue the battery company? Oh, yeah, sure. Let me just call Xi Jinping and get right on that. Hey, someone in China is making a product that's not high quality. Get me to the Chinese courts. Yeah, Can you do some audio tutorials? Speak to an audio engineer who's better. Hire Eugene to fix the door. You got me to smile. Thank you for that. If you had to relocate from New York, where would you go if you could? I'm not sure. I'd like to travel around the United States over the next year and a half and find the place that I would like to live because I really don't know. You have to spend some time in a bunch of different places. And I'm at that point where I really think that it would be fun to travel around the country a little bit and see what it's like to have a shop or to just spend time in some different areas and see what it's. And I'd like to do that at some point. I'm actually going to get my my motorcycle's learner's permit over the next few weeks. I have to travel all the way to Syracuse because in New York City, you can't take the test online like in Florida. You actually have to go to the DMV, but you need to make an appointment. All my homies hate... That sounds like spam. And so you have to book an appointment at the DMV, but in the city... or even anywhere in the 5 boroughs, there's like a 3 or 4 month wait. So the only way for me to get an appointment within 6 weeks or less was to travel 350 miles. So that's going to be fun. That's going to be fun. That'll be exciting. I think that would be what I do for 2021. 2021, this channel is probably just going to be me traveling around the United States and doing what Eli did with Failed Normal, except with viewers. Okay, that's kind of mean. Actually, yeah, that's kind of fucked up. I liked Failed Normal. I watched Failed Normal. I actually like Eli the Computer Guy, even though we snark on each other a lot. There's one video that he did, when to run and when to plod. I'm sad that it's not posted right now. I don't know if he privated or deleted it. It's one of those great videos that's actually helped me when my business was not doing well or when I wasn't doing well to kind of go through it. And I think it would be helpful for a lot of people to watch that at this point in time. Eli the Computer Guy, when to run and when to plod. Excellent, excellent video that fits a lot of people who are fucked right now. Does YouTube allow you to shout yourself out now? Apparently. When are you leaving New York? When de Blasio is done destroying it. What video games are you playing at the moment? Video games do you want to try? I'd like to replay Final Fantasy IX, but only the cutscenes without having to run around. I really like Final Fantasy IX, but it's annoying till it finally gets to the point where I want to go dun 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 blink, and then you can click attack. It is so annoying to go through those games that I enjoyed as a kid and realize, holy shit, as an adult, I have no fucking patience to wait 40 seconds before every single battle. How did I ever do that as a kid? I must have had no responsibility and no job and no life. Wait, never mind. Yeah, that was what it was like as a kid. But I'd love to play Final Fantasy IX again. How do you negotiate? Read a book called Start With No by Jim Camp. It's an excellent book and it will help you become a better negotiator. But that book also helped me be better at life. It's a really good book and it was worth the money. I actually made my shipping person read it before I promoted him to a board technician. I said, you will get your raise. Read this book. And I'll pay you for the time, I'll pay you to read the book, but read the book. It's worth it. I hope he actually read it. I took him on the honor system that he read it, but... You okay? Yes, I am okay. I'm as okay as anybody is during these crazy times. Is anybody really okay right now? Modify a Mac laptop with RGB for YouTube money. That sounds incredibly boring and not productive and boring. Move to Arizona, planning to do, says Dana Voigt. Maybe. Can you... I don't know how to pronounce two consonants together, I'm sorry. I appreciate the $5, but can you... I can't pronounce that. What's your MBTI personality type? It's the person that times out the spammer. That's what it is. Go away. 451 Fahrenheit. The temperature e-bikes. I think it's more like 600 Celsius or so. Want to learn logic board repairing? Please help me out. Go to youtube.com/Rossman Group and check out the playlist where I go over this. And also in my board repair videos, it's a 200-page PowerPoint presentation that's in a Google Docs thing that you can check out for free, and it helps you learn. Final Fantasy. Oh, go away. Oh my god. Shoo, bye-bye. Salty bastard with too many punctuation marks. Should I jump in tech? I don't know what you mean. Reopen XXX clubs in Times Square. Porn is free. You don't need to go to a club for that. Free Alex Jones. Good luck with that. How do you feel about the Tampa Bay Lightning winning the Stanley Cup? I don't follow that. I don't follow sports. Come to Texas, but you're only welcome if you drop liberal voting tendencies. We're here to make you successful and support you. No. So there's a few things going on there. So A, you've assumed my voting patterns based on my geographic location without ever asking me. So I would never want to move someplace where someone are going to make assumptions of me without actually asking what I believe. And B, I don't want to be around ideologues, and I don't want to be around people who have one opinion that they force on other people. That's pretty boring and pretty lame. So no, I honestly, I don't want to deal with any of that. Yeah, that sounds incredibly boring. That sounds awful, actually. I would never want to move near you. Sorry. Kiss the cat for me, maybe. Can you cosplay as Steve Jobs for your next chair discussion video stream? That sounds very weird. I don't know. I'm not into those kinds of kinks. Are you slowly turning into a Republican? I don't think so. I think I'm really the kind of Larry Sharpe supporting libertarian that I was many years ago. I don't see much else there. Yeah, I'm not really for either party, the Democratic or the Republican Party. They both kind of make me want to rage. Let's see. This might sound odd, but you made me appreciate life a little more. That's awesome. Hi, Barry. Scratches from me. Okay, fine. Scratches from the Nebraskan man. I give you scratches. I give you scratches from... God bless your whole self. I'm not in board repair, but I'm here for the life advice. Thank you. Thank you. How would you search for a good place to repair an Android phone if a terrible experiences thus far? I have a video. I don't know if it's still up. It's like 7 years old. It's probably 8 years old about why Android phone repair is a nightmare. So I don't know how I would search for that, because there's a big problem with it. Thank you to Ernesto. There's a big problem with it, which is there's so many different Android phones, and it's so easy to fuck them up when you open them that you kind of have to learn on the customer's device if you're fixing weird Android phones that you're never going to see again. Do you take the MBTI test? I don't believe in most of that stuff. I don't, because they ask questions that are ridiculously broad that require clarification, and you can't get clarification, and they base who you are as a human being on these questions that have really, really broad, that are very broad. Just a question: do you hate Trump? I don't hate him. I dislike him. I think that he's your standard New York real estate person, which is someone that's constantly bullshitting you. And if you don't, again, this is not even just a judgment of him. This is a judgment in general of people that pride themselves on fluff in real estate. And he says it in his book. You know, he says in his book that, I mean, it was ghostwritten, but still he approved of it. That he, you know, the truthful hyperbole, whatever the hell it was, you know, the exaggerations all the time. Listen, man, I've spent enough time dealing with New York real estate people. It's not pleasant. I really prefer people that tell me the truth. I'm tired of being bullshitted, and, you know, I get why he's popular. People are really sick and tired of people pretending that they are holier than thou. People are tired of being told that they're evil for having a different viewpoint than you. They're tired of being told that their concerns don't matter. And someone came along and just picked up the $1,000 or $10,000 bill, a piece of diamond that was on the ground, and said, "All right, I'll pretend I care about what these people care about," and there you go. I think he's a lesson. If you want to ignore 43 or 50% of the country, then this is the consequence. And it's like, you know, I'm not mad at people that like him. I don't particularly like him very much, and that's that. You know, just looking at the way his policies have affected me. I mean, with the tariff thing, you know, he's, you know, buy American, get made American. Okay, that's great. Why is it that you can get a tariff exemption if you're a large company, but if you're me, you can't? Why is it that Amazon or Amscope don't have to pay the same tariffs on microscopes that I do? They're buying the same Chinese shit that I am. They're just paying less for it. You know, it's really just, like, you know, there are certain policies that he talks about, but the way they wind up being implemented are implemented in a way that really just seems to protect larger businesses at the expense of the smaller ones, while being able to claim that they did what they said. But then again, here's what it is. I think a lot of people in New York really have no concept as to why 50% of the country thinks the way they do, and they really don't even want to try to understand why they think the way they do. They just assume that you're evil, or you're stupid, or you're worse than us, and that has consequences, and I think that that's lame. I was just talking with an employee of mine the other day, and he was mentioning that every time one of my videos shows up and one of his friends messages him and says, you know, like, "Oh, I saw this video, you work for this guy?" He messages him back going, "Yeah, so like, so are we still friends?" And jokingly, because they always either say one of the same two things, either A, "Oh wow, that's so awesome, I love that guy," or A, B, "Fuck that guy and his political views." So yeah, so like when it comes to the gentleman from Texas that said, you know, "I hope you give up your voting patterns before you move here," they hate me. However, the people that live here also hate me. So I don't really have a home when it comes to politics. I don't think that there are. I don't think there is a place that I could go where I would be accepted for that. And I kind of wonder if at some point we may actually go all the way back in the pendulum to the other side, where I remember when I was a kid, not discussing politics and religion with people that you were friends with was actually considered good etiquette. You never know. It's time to make a new e-bike. Perhaps it is. I think maybe it is. I would like to make a new e-bike, and my girlfriend actually encouraged me to not give up on it and not let one vendor fucking me over really just take away my zest for the hobby. I've made several others. I've enjoyed them. I've rode them thousands upon thousands of miles, often with her on them, and they work. So there. Thomas said, "Lewis, I respect what you do and what you stand up for. Keep it up." Thank you, Thomas. Can you offer your opinion on the decline of the public's confidence in government and ways to improve it? Is it too partisan? People lean on government too much. I'm curious of libertarians' view. I think that people don't have confidence in government because there's been rampant corruption on both sides for such a long period of time, which is why you have the indifference that you do. Even the Trump election, I mean, many of the states that Trump won in 2016 are states that Mitt Romney lost in 2012. And Trump got less votes in those states in 2016, and yet he won. That doesn't mean that there's a great consensus, rather that less Americans trust their government than ever before. I think a big part of that is partisanship, but a big part of it is also corruption, and another big part of it is also incompetence. So you combine incompetence and corruption and partisanship, and you have the three horsemen of why no one trusts your government. Have you heard about the military 2M program? I teach mini and micro board repair. Would love to hear your opinion on our lesson plan and practical use. I don't know much about it, but I'm actually going to write that down so that I could look it up so that the next time we do one of these, I can be informed about it. Let me write that down. Military 2M program. Next video. Thank you very much. I'm going to read about it. I disliked your video. I dislike your face. So how about that? PB and J to the chat, says Barry. My favorite thing about you is you're not afraid to tell someone no. Less government, more board repair. Ha. I tried to fix a board earlier today, but I got 2 dead CPUs. It's on the live channel for any of the people that are actually interested. But one of the interesting things about this channel is the videos that do worst. A deep, absolute, abysmal worst of all the videos are the actual board repairs. Everybody that knows me jokes about that. Like, she's laughing right now. Erica's laughing because she says, you know what you should do if you want to destroy your channel? Fix electronics. And she's not wrong. Do you feel that you will continue to expand your business like opening multiple locations or branch out? Aha! Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to do right now. Sign more leases. No, what I would do is I would try to get more business to this one location. That's been my strategy. How do I get as much business as possible to one location under one roof rather than having a bunch of roofs? And right now, one of the big problems I have with it is finding people who are qualified to do component level board repair. That's a big big point of difficulty for me. And if you are good at it, don't delay. Work here today at rossmangroup.com. We're always looking for talent and people that are good at component level board repair who are open to a job where if they do well, that you get raises, all bonuses, all sorts of stuff with time. Is the T480 worth it? They're about to go out of warranty. I don't think there's a better option for the money. I don't know. I haven't checked out the Lenovo things since the T450 and the P50, honestly. Have been a long-time watcher getting out of the Marine Corps and going to school for computer science and engineering. Thank you for the videos. Thank you, Brian. I'm waiting for the floor to fall beneath the real estate market. You and everyone. How did you and Erica meet? She had a broken MacBook and she was looking up how to fix it. Linda Evans says Ron Paul with exclamation points. You know what? You're getting made a mod for that. Just for saying that. First time I voted in an election, actually, was for Ron Paul. That's it. You still talk to your realtor? Yes, I speak to Alan every now and then, and I'm actually trying to encourage him to live stream. He is afraid. I think he may be concerned that if he does a live stream, that he may say something stupid that could negatively affect his brand, because one of the things that you may notice about Alan versus myself, how to put this? He's refined. Refined, that's a way to put it. Yeah, he is not a cursing, aggravated, obnoxious douchebag the way some people are who run businesses on the internet. So, and he likes to keep the refined image up of being a gentleman, not being a piece of shit like me. So, and what you see, can you offer your opinion on the decline of the public's confidence? Oh, I read that one already. I read that one. Oh, shit, I'm so behind on comments already. Why do they keep the rent in New York so high? So they don't lose... Because if they lower the rent, it lowers the value of the property. If they lower the value of the property, it lowers the investors' value of the investors' investment. And we cannot lower the value of the investors' investments. Your REIT cannot go down. I live in Bay Ridge, following for a while. Appreciate you shedding light on local issues. It's a real shame what's happening to them. I agree. Lewis, I respect what you do and what you stand for. Keep it up. Thank you. You have any suggestions on how someone could recycle an old iPhone 5S? Erase your data, find someone who does not have a phone or that smartphone that is useful, and then give them the phone. The best way to recycle something is to reuse it. The best way to reuse it is to give it to someone who couldn't afford it. They'll appreciate it. What do you do when you're restless and angry simultaneously to just get it out of you? Lift weights, practice martial arts, pet my kitty. In that order. Good kitty. Who's my kitty? I love my kitty. You're a good kitty. You're a good little blackberry. Who's my good little kitty? I love my kitty. What is your opinion that if you have the right to keep private and if released, Could have your subscriber count on insert touchy subject here. Oh, there's a bunch of shit I could say that would probably piss off lots of people. That's why we have things called public opinions and private opinions. Everybody in the United States has stuff that they keep in their head. What's your take on the Triangle e-bike battery, 1,000 watt, manufactured by Unit Pack Power? Should I dump or resell that on eBay or get another battery? I haven't seen any Triangle battery on the market that happens to be a LifePo 4 yet. Refer to my last video for my thoughts on Unit Pack Power. That's all. I'm just going to leave it at that. Thank you for rebuilding from depression video. Your words were a catalyst, and I found the will to carry on. Thank you deeply, man. Why, thank you. Where does your confidence come from? I don't think I'm very confident. I regretted going to Eli's channel. He's so disturbed, man. I really do like Eli. Eli had a video that really is relevant to most people today. It's called When to Run and When to Plod. And I'm sad that it's no longer up, because that video should be watched by most people who are going through some trouble as a result of coronavirus. Been a long time watcher getting out of the Marine Corps and going to school for computer science and engineering. Thank you for the videos. Awesome. Paul's in the Marine Corps. He's one of the best people I've ever hired. They train you all well. Love your videos. As a 19-year-old, made me think what I want to do and give some advice on life. With your past videos, you really had a father figure, so I look up to you in a way. Don't look up to me too far, because trust me, I'm not the greatest human being. There's other people there for that. Take my ideas, think about them, and then think about what you want to do in your own life. Don't just follow me. Erica is wearing...
What?
Erica put on a waitress uniform.
I put on a waitress uniform?
I don't know why you put on a waitress uniform at midnight, Erica.
Uniform.
Erica put...
What?
Thank you, Matthew. Let's see. I trade stocks part-time. Your New York City real estate series will likely result in a short position in a New York City-based REIT of some sort. Do you ever want to run for politics? No, if the front of my place is on fire, I would prefer that the front of my house be on fire because I bought a battery from Unit Pack Power, not because I said something that someone finds offensive. No. Nope. Check out the Portland mayor. No public office for Lewis. Fuck that. Good day, Lewis, from the land of Down Under. Please pet Mr. Clinton. Mr. Clinton's over there, but I'll pet Blackberry for you. How is house hunting going? I'm trying to get my business and my life in order before I go back to doing that. Though, considering how transparent within reason you are about your business success failures and what you've shown us along the road, what would you consider writing a book? Oh, I don't think I'm that great a writer. Nah. I don't know what the book would be about, honestly. What do you think it would take for people to go libertarian route? I think it would be good if people just left each other the hell alone instead of choosing the opposite side. I think it would be engaging with better libertarian arguments rather than bad ones. I used to go to these libertarian meetup groups, and I remember they would always talk about the same shit. It was legalize marijuana, get rid of driver's license. Legalize marijuana, get rid of driver's license. It's like, why don't you start with stuff people can agree on? Like, instead of starting on getting rid of the driver's license or getting rid of, like, just not having a driver's license as a thing, why don't you focus on stuff people actually all could universally get together and say, yeah, this would work. That's what I liked about Larry Sharp's campaign. But the problem with Larry Sharp is that he got less than 2% of the vote because, well, that's the way it works. Sorry if it's come. I read that one already. Can we install a Unit Pack Power battery in a MacBook? See, that's where I think they would belong. How do you advertise your business and build your clientele when you were first starting compared to today? I want to answer that, but another one showed up. Hey, Louis, Windows and Linux user here, thinking about getting one of the newer ARM MacBooks for music production and programming. Am I crazy? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Just hearing about what happened with the T2 chip in the very beginning is absolutely no, I don't want to deal with that with MacBooks. So just hearing what happened with the old audio interfaces with the T2 chip. How do you advertise your business? So what I used to do is I would make a post on Kijiji, OLX, Backpage, Craigslist, and I would do it for very specific services. I wouldn't try to advertise like laptop repair. I would advertise minus minimum wage increase. What are your critiques and criticisms of Bernie Sanders. I can't answer these questions in 90 seconds. God damn it. Fuck. I think that he genuinely cares about human beings. He genuinely cares about workers. And he wants to shift the balance of power to where people who are not in the boardroom actually have a say in things. I think that he may be missing the impacts that some of his policies have on the broader economy as a whole. Fuck me, I can't answer questions. Long-time lurker, love your channel, thank you. How'd you build your business in clientele? So what I would do is I would focus on very specific shit. So let's say A1181 MacBook screen repair in Manhattan. Not MacBook repair, A1181 model, MacBook screen repair. I would get to #1 on Google for that search term. Then on the other side, I would put A1181 MacBook screen repair in New York City. A1181 MacBook screen repair in New York. Then 3 days later, because you're allowed to post another ad 3 days later, it's not considered spam. Then I do A1150 MacBook screen repair in Manhattan. A1150 MacBook screen repair in New York, and so on and so forth. And I had this little round robin thing for posting ads. I would also post on forums like Mac Rumors and help people out with their own problems for free. I've been doing that since 2009, actually, but I stopped recently. I offered to actually make a free forum. Lewis for President Vice Kitty. Interesting. I offered to make a free forum on Mac Rumors. Thank fucking God I didn't. Because like they did not even want to make... Because I saw how much time it was taking up when I was answering just a few questions for free. So if that had ever gotten off the ground, I would have lost my mind. Let's see. Great channel. I'm from Long Island, so your channel has been helpful in getting an idea of what's going on in the city. Thank you. Thank you. Lewis, I admire your congruent and cogent worldview. Your videos remind us that it's worth caring about what's actually true and why it matters. You're doing good work just by being yourself, and that's something to be extremely proud of. Tyler from Canada. Thank you, Tyler. I believe you meant the Military 3M program. It's about repairing military equipment. It's pain in the ass Navy engineer. I will look into that. I promise. I just can't read it right now because I have to answer each question. And no. Every time you do that, he scratches me. Stop that. She takes the cat, she picks him up when he doesn't want to be picked up, and she holds him in front of me. And the moment that he gets to go down, he scratches the shit out of me. No, stop that. Oh my.
What?
Stop,
You're
Erica.
moving
Cut
him.
the shit. And go on. Great channel. Let's see. Lewis for Bryce President Kitty. I don't know why she keeps doing this. I keep asking her not to, and she does it anyway. And he scratches me every time. No. No. Don't put him on top of my mouse. I need mouse. I need mouse to read. I need mouse to read stream. No. No kitty on top of mouse. Ron Paul was the first real candidate I wanted elected. I liked Ron Paul. The amount of money that you save from not bombing people all over the world could be spent on interesting things in the United States. Also, Oreo tries to rape Blackberry, so Blackberry deserves her space. It's okay, Blackberry. I not let that Oreo near you. Just did my first soldering repair for pay today. Logic board and an Xbox One disk drive. Thank you for the advice. Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad you learned something. Back page, you must have been advertising some other kind of service. Well, now you can see how I can afford all those e-bike batteries. Eh? Have you ever had to face significant health problems? Do you do so much board repair? Have you ever gotten carpal tunnel? No, but I have had other health problems, but I don't really feel like discussing those in public with people I barely know. You have any experience with Chinese e-bike makers? I have not. Would like to buy a full bike from AliExpress. I would not do that at this point in time. You probably get this a lot, but what is it like working with Linus Media Group? Anything behind the scenes you want to share? I'm sorry, but no. I'll leave it at that. Let's see. Really appreciate your channel. When you fight for right to repair, keep being a good man, respecting your employees. Also, why stay in New York City? I stay in New York City because all of my employees are here. And if I pick up and leave somewhere else, many of them will leave, which means that I have to find them all from scratch. Finding new people is hard. Just read the inbox at Don't Delay Work Here Today at rossmangroup.com. You know how many people have come in for a job interview that don't even know how to hold a hot air station? Like, they don't know how to hold it. They don't know how to hold a soldering iron. There are people that have shown up for a job interview where I advertised on YouTube that don't know what PP bus is. Gah! Trust me, finding people is hard. My sis broke her MacBook Pro 13-inch. I told her to buy a ThinkPad. Correct. As I do, we bought the warranty thing to make Apple fix it because no store we know has it. Well, buy a ThinkPad. As much as you ride around fairly bad parts of New York City at night, do you ever feel scared? No. Also, is the South Bronx as bad as I remember from the 1990s? No, it's actually gentrified to the point where they now call it Sobro. Oh, it makes me so fucking sick when I hear people say that. It's like when you hear a real estate agent say East Williamsburg. It's like, that doesn't exist! That's Bushwick! You started calling it that to try to get the Williamsburg hipsters to move there. And also to get people to kind of shake that stigma that Bushwick had from all the murders in the 90s that you'd see on the news. Bye-bye.
By the way.
Can I please get your real estate lawyer's attorney? Erica, there's so many questions here. I have no time.
I was going to say, prove it's not pre-recorded.
Oh, thank you for providing your service. I had a MacBook Air from Maine last week, and I'm watching the stream on it now. Great. Hopefully the GPU doesn't die. Thank you, Multi-Tyler. If Trump has COVID, is it payback? No, he doesn't have COVID. He's so old and unhealthy, if he got it, he'd be done for. If you have so many subscribers, why do you continue with the repair business? The repair business gives me a sense of purpose. The repair business is what I do. Because here's a question. This is one of the things I discussed with the computer guy a while back. Holy crap, that is way too much money. Holy shit, when I first read that, I didn't realize it was $100. I mean, granted, even if it's Trudeau bucks, it's still, holy shit. Thank you. People are subscribed and they're watching because, like, my channel is about my life, right? It's named Louis Rossman. If I'm looking for a real estate space, if I'm filming my cat, if I'm discussing what it's like to be a business owner in New York City, if I'm discussing my psychopathic landlord that wants to, run into my store and tell me how many gyms they own, like any of this stuff, if I'm fixing a board, if I'm traveling for Right to Repair, it really is the story of me being me. So if I stop doing what I'm doing, then what am I recording anymore? Thank you. When I first started watching you, I was 530 pounds on June 2nd. Now I weigh 330. I went vegan and started walking. I've not fixed a board. Your videos have helped me organize myself. That's awesome. I actually managed to lose 30 pounds from when I stopped taking this shitty medication about a year and a half ago. It was a lot of work. I was thinking of documenting some of this because it may help people who think it's difficult to lose weight. But yeah, the whole thing is a few years ago, you had said you would be retiring when the lease in the last store ends. What changed? There's a lot more to do, man. I really didn't think that the business would be there that long. I kind of figured that it would fizzle out and, the other players, the U-Break iFixes, the CPRs, and the other shit franchises would just kind of take over everything. The opposite seems to have happened. It seems like people really do want to send stuff to an actual human being that's not pretending to be better than they are. And I'm happy about that. Yeah, but if you have so many subscribers, why do you continue with the repair business is quite simple. It's just the people subscribe to watch me discuss whatever the hell it is I'm discussing. What I'm discussing is based on what I do, so if I'm no longer doing anything, the channel just becomes a shell at that point. It doesn't exist. It's not real. I guess I could do something else with my life, but like when people say just do YouTube for a living, it's like, I'm discussing my life, so I need to have a life. As much as you ride around... Oh, yeah, I read that one. Do you think 9/11 was an inside job? 50-50, but I'm not decided on that yet. I'd say 50-50. Really appreciate your channel, especially when you fight for the right to repair it. Keep being a good man and respecting... Oh, so why stay in New York? Yeah, I think I answered that one. Okay, holy shit, I'm way behind. Jeez, 40 messages a minute. How the hell is anybody going to be able to read this shit? That is a lot. Wow. How low do you think rent is going to go in New York? Would you move if you found a better, cheaper place? I wasn't thinking about moving, but ever since my landlord mentioned, well, we may have to consider the option of finding a new tenant, I've had that in mind. And that's what allowed me to find the fact that apparently in New York City, in Midtown Manhattan, the rents have now dropped to $42 a square foot. I didn't know that before. It's a good thing I have co-op members that really care about my best interests. Hi, Louis. Do you have any experience with Chinese eBay? Oh, read that one. Rent will probably not go low. I worry there will be a collapse of the market. I don't understand. How can there be a collapse of the market but rent not go low? Those two things can't be true at once. You need to stop spamming me. Go, stop that. Go away. Shoot. How much do you currently pay? That depends on what your skill level is and what you can do. Let's roll some chisao. Ha-ha! Please say Trump is the best. No. I bought a 2020 MacBook Pro and it stopped charging after a software update. Then I discovered your channel. Your channel makes me happy. I'm not buying a Mac again. Poor electrons passing by MacBooks. You bought a MacBook? Well, Erica said boo when I said you bought a MacBook. We'll make an Instagram soon. No. My personal trainer calls it Narcissogram. He doesn't have one either. I deleted mine. I don't have a use for it. Commercial landlord disrespecting their tenants are idiots. It's a buyer's market. They should thank you for renting. If you had to move cities, where would you go? I don't know. I mentioned that at the beginning of the video. What I'd like to do is travel around the country a little bit next year and actually see where I'd want to go. Thanks for providing your service. And oh yeah, I read that one earlier. Why is there like a 20-minute delay before it shows up on the screen? That's weird. Why do homeless people in New York City eat out of the trash bin at McDonald's? I came as a tourist, so multiple homeless people. Because they are homeless. They have no money to buy food, so that's how they get food. I know you're not looking to be some role model, but thanks for sharing what you stand for. You're a great person with admirable values. Much love from Canada. I disagree that I'm a great person or that I have admirable values. I think I'm a decent, not total piece of shit person. Sometimes piece of shit, but somewhat decent. With some decent values. What's the word I'm thinking of? Don't idolize people. Don't idolize anyone. You will be disappointed. Like your videos. I first saw you on Doobie Duke Sim's show. You mean Dave Aaron? Man, I feel bad. I fucked up his first session when I took over for it while he was doing on lunch break in 2007. That was, I like Dave Aaron. He's a good guy. Just watch your UPP video. Wow. Hey, Lewis, as an original New Yorker, everything you said is true. I wish people would understand why New Yorkers get upset at gentrification, especially when people don't chill out with locals. We need a link. My podcast. I remember you. I remember the Eli coding phase wars of 2017 and 18. Oh, that was some fun stuff right there. I missed that. Yeah. I get why people are pissed at gentrification, but at the same time, like people... I get why people don't like gentrification, but people are also going to want to, if there's demand in an area, they're also going to show up and want to build stuff. And I don't really, trust me, I get it. I understand why people that are broke hate the fact that there's multi-million-dollar high-rises showing up. But if you need space and there's a demand for space, then, people got to build something. I don't know. Lewis, thank you for all you do and your opinions. It's so interesting to watch as someone who lives in the middle of nowhere in the Midwest. The square footage pricing is insane! Yeah, it is. Hello, Mr. Coding Face. I won't tell Eli you were here. Never had a father figure, so life advice now be a decent person. Appreciate everything you do. Thank you. Rossman for governor of New York City. What would be the first policy you would change? The first policy that I would change in New York City. Can I be selfish and just that whole one where it's a $1,000 fine if you don't have your license number on your business cards or business receipt? I would change that one because I got fined for it. I'm just going to be selfish there and change that one. Or change it to you inform the business, you give them the chance to change it, and then you fine them. I don't know. There's so many things to be changed. But I probably wouldn't want to become governor of this place. No, I would just want to move somewhere else where shit's sane as is. What's the newest MacBook that can still be somewhat easily repaired? 2015 maybe? Hi from South Carolina. Feel free to come down when the weather gets nasty this winter. Thank you very much. I will check it out.
Ooh, Paul S. is in.
Paul S. is here. Hi, everybody. Hi, Mr. Clinton. Hello, Paul S. I have a board for you tomorrow.
Uh-oh. He's going to leave.
820-00165, 24 milliamps after replacing the TPS 50980 or running a jumper to the pin for SMCP MG2EN. No pulsing on Behave Sleep S4L. He's going to run away. I live streamed that yesterday and it failed. Your customer service video yesterday, thank you. I tried to fix that, and it was a total fail. I also did an A1708, Paul. It takes 500 milliamps, and the caps lock key doesn't work, and it doesn't chime, and it has no image. Eh? 820-00840? No image? No caps lock? Paul just quit. Hi, said this is why I don't say a video. I see you moderating, hi. That board is for you. What's your professional opinion about 2012 unibody MacBook Pro? Asking for a friend. I can't use a laptop that has a 1280 by 800 screen. That's phone resolution right there. I don't know. They sold that piece of shit until 2016. Tim Cook should be hitting the nuts with a baseball bat for selling that thing until 2016. 5400 RPM spinning hard drive. 1280 by 800 screen. Dual core Ivy Bridge processor. In 2016, you could still buy that piece of shit on Apple.com. Oh, man. What do you think of trustworthiness of parts on eBay or AliExpress? Watch my last battery video. If you decide to get out of the repair business, what else would you want to do? I don't know. I've been doing this my entire life. I've legit never had a real job. I mean, I guess there was Model Sporting Goods, but that doesn't really count. There was working at the mall for a day before I got fired doing furniture moving. Burrito. Yes. I miss burritos. I miss Lucha. That was the best fucking burrito place in all of New York City, and it's gone now. And now I'm sad. You could reduce your living costs by living in Hoboken or Jersey City and take the path every day. Not really, because it's not even that much cheaper. Like renting in that area is really not much cheaper than renting where I rent now. And buying, you can't buy in New Jersey because they charge you to leave. There's 2.2 to 2.5% property tax in New Jersey, which means if you buy a reasonable house, you're going to pay $15,000 fucking dollars a year to rent the house from the city in property tax. And if you leave, they charge you to leave. New Jersey charges you to fucking leave. If you decide to sell your home that you bought in New Jersey, paid $15,000 a year of property tax in New Jersey, and you want to move to Maryland or Delaware or New Hampshire or Vermont, they charge you a tax to fucking leave. New Jersey doesn't exist to me. You're dead to me as a state. Oh my, no, don't even get me started. I got so heated reading that shit, it made me sick. I can't. How many MacBook do I have to send in to get a selfie? Hello, Sonny. How's it going? Yeah, New Jersey just makes me angry. Like, just reading that. How fucking arrogant are you that you think you can charge people to leave? That says something about your state, that you got to charge people to leave. For the record, I called it Narcigram. It's marketed to narcissists. You can tell I love you, Rossman. I can't afford Super Chat. I would have read it for free. People, you should check out Dr. Evil Genius's channel. We also have to do another show recently about the landlord thing. I haven't gotten back to you because I haven't actually looked at my phone since 6 hours ago. I saw my notification, but I suck and I didn't respond to it. Narcigram. I visited New Jersey 2 years ago. I could see the money flowing out of my wallet just driving down the highway. Yeah. I don't even think that's constant. How do you can't charge people to leave. I mean, I guess you can, but I'm not going to ever move to your state or do business there on principle. That's just, I don't know, it's just douchey. Recently built an e-bike. Any advice for a headlight? You know, Grin sells an awesome one. I like Grin's headlight. I'm going to see if I could find a link to it. Give me 1 second here. I probably won't be able to because there's going to be another message that I miss. That's the way this always works. I had this one, and before it went on fire, I thought it was absolutely awesome. I'm going to link you to 2 of them. Are you ready? All right, so one light that I'm going to link you to is right here. And if you want a cheap one, a cheap shit one, but that's really good, this is a cheap shit one, but it's awesome. Okay, here's the cheap shit one. So there's 2 in the chat. One is the expensive one from Grin. The other is the cheap shit one. But honestly, the cheap shit one's pretty fucking good. That is insanely bright. And it's only $23. But it takes a month or 2 to get here because China. Hello. Come here, Erica.
What?
So when I'm doing a stream or something, or I'm on the phone, often BlackBerry will come up to me and she'll like keep like looking at me and going, and then she'll finally put her paw out and go to sit here. And what I love is that Erica does the exact same thing. It's like come here, come here. You're out of view.
I am.
Actually, look, BlackBerry is that
I know.
you both want to invade my chair. Like, look at her. You're off camera, so they can't
I
see,
am
but
off
you're making
camera.
the same looks,
What?
which is awesome. Are you reading the chats? I'm trying to, but there's 40 a minute. It's impossible. Also, we should do that M-class license thing together. Road trip to Syracuse. That would be fun. What I'm taking in Syracuse, by the way, is not I'm just taking the test for the learner's permit, which is written. It's boring. But once I get that, I want to actually go for the class, and we should go for a class together. But I'm not I'm not doing the class in Syracuse. I'm just where you actually get to have fun and ride stuff. I'm just doing the crappy thing you need to do before you take the class, which is the learner's permit. But we should do that.
Oh, come here.
Why don't you move to Los Angeles? Why the fuck would I move to California? Like, I mean, just why? Why would I live in New York City because I'm already here. But I wouldn't move here to start something if I already had something going somewhere else. Why would I move to California? In 2020, why would I move to California? It's crazy to see how inflated the real estate market in New York City is compared to Tokyo. I expected it to be, yeah. We should charge people to leave a store. That would be interesting if I could be like Jersey. Most places have property taxes. Not 2.2 to 2.5% property taxes. That's insane. No. Can you? When people say, oh, they need that to fund the schools, it's like, well, what? The kids in Delaware are not counting on their toes, are they?
Oh, Blackberry.
The kids in Delaware can spell. Hello.
Hello. I guess now I can get in the shot with Oreo.
Come here. Show everybody.
What? What? You can't see me.
The camera work. Grin one is out of stock until end of month. Yeah. I bought a 2020 MacBook Pro and it stopped charging after software update. That's what you get for buying a MacBook. Listen, you can't say I didn't tell you so.
Okay, head up.
Pet the
You
Erica.
can't see me.
They're asking me to pet you.
Huh?
Property tax is insane in Erica. You probably got static electricity or something. Love your talks about getting your business off the ground and living in an expensive city. Thank you. If you had to move cities, where would you go? No idea. Erica, where are you going?
Going this way.
Erica?
Let me get in the shot.
Erica, where are you going?
Over here. Ta-da! Let's see.
That's Erica. Hello.
You forgot this one. Your cat that doesn't really make that much of an appearance.
That cat actually loses viewers.
What?
What do you think of NVIDIA buying ARM? Don't care. I joined to Lewis pointing at me and saying no. Okay, this is really behind because I read that comment about half an hour ago. A shout out from all the way up in Quebec. Love your content. Hope New York get better and you stay safe. Thank you.
Aw, look at that.
I love the cats, but that one is meh.
Oh.
We were actually going over this, and I'm eventually going to do this in a video. Of the videos that Clinton, BlackBerry, and Oreo have done, Clinton gains thousands of subscribers per video. BlackBerry stays even. Oreo loses subscribers. Like the videos I do of Oreo, it'll say minus 50 or minus 200 subscribers. When people see his face, they unsubscribe.
This handsome face?
Yes.
Subscribe.
We looked that up the other day because she asked about the analytics of the Oreo versus the other cats. I'm not kidding. People unsubscribe when they see his face.
I think he's a BitChute cat. He has to be on BitChute. He's not YouTube friendly for whatever reason.
Susan Wojcicki doesn't like Oreo. Pet the Oreo. Okay, fine. I pet the Oreo.
Oh, look, he's going to go to sleep now.
Why do you look tired? Because it's 12:30 a.m. Ketchup on mac and cheese. That is absolutely disgusting. Please save yourself and don't come to California. We are fleeing to other states. Learn from us. These messages move so fast, Erica.
You know what I'm reading? I'm reading that people like Oreo.
I think you may have a
What?
literacy problem. I don't think the property tax was high enough where you grew up.
Why?
School system needs work.
What? I'm seeing like two
What I'm
Oreo
reading over
subs.
here is unsubscribe, unsubscribed, unsubscribed.
No, I'm seeing Oreo's adorable subs.
I'm seeing Oreo unsubscribed. I'm from South Carolina. Feel free to come down. I thank you. I will check it out sometime. Unsubscribe. Look at that. Unsubscribed.
What?
They can tell that he doesn't know how to clean his butt.
What? Oh, look at that face.
If he knew how to clean his butt, I wouldn't have as much of a problem.
Okay, well, hold up a second. How would he clean his butt?
That's between him and his mommy.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you would not want to clean your butt the way Oreo is being asked to clean his butt.
I'm not. I didn't.
Oh,
I'm
sit,
not a
sit.
cat.
Oh. He wants someone to clean his butt, so he wants you or me to clean his butt.
I'm not a cat.
Huh?
I've cleaned his butt the way I clean my butt, using a wipe. And what does he do when I do that? He protests and he screams.
That's 'cause
Exactly.
You're not gentle. You have to.
Give Oreo a pet, please.
Let it sit there for like
I
about
totally
10 seconds.
enjoyed that video of you performing Border Pair and Oreo had his little cat cam. I remember that live stream.
Aw.
You fix cell phones like screens. I have a Nexus 5. No, I would probably destroy it. Just being honest, I've never opened that before. I would probably destroy it. Does Oreo have an OnlyFans? Louis, your battery may be super paranoid. Thank you for the video. You know, MacBook Pro for work is the 16-inch a good choice. Why are you asking me this question? Get a ThinkPad P50. Will you be restocking Quick nozzles? No, I will not be doing business with Quick ever again. I've had enough of them. I've had enough of this whole I wire you money, and then when you say you have stuff in stock and a month later you don't ship it. Nope. Enough times, learned my lesson. I'm done with Quick. May you both be far away from the blast zone when the next battery erupts. The next. Completely forgot to thank you for your content being active about right to repair. May all technicians be as honest as you are and bosses care about their employees like you do. I don't know if I really care about the employees so much as I care about my self-interest, where if they're happy and they're well provided for, that they will do a good job that allows me to make money. The reason I like framing things that way is because I want even the greedy assholes who listen to these videos, the ultra greedy assholes, to understand that treating people well, actually, there is something in it for them if you do it, in the hopes that they will do it too. That's my trainer right there. He has his own channel. Check out Dr. Evil Genius on Twitch and YouTube. Will you ever get a dog? No. No, hell no. Cats are better. That's like asking if I would buy an Apple product.
What?
I'm not going to buy an Apple product. I'm not going to get a dog. Cat, ThinkPad. Cat, ThinkPad.
I thought you didn't want to get a dog because you have Oreo.
Cat, ThinkPad.
Yeah.
I recorded 6 hours of content yesterday and deleted by mistake. Oh. That sucks. That sucks. I've done that before with Open Broadcaster. Delete the wrong file, lose a whole day's worth of recording. Your wife is hot. Is she single? Erica, you have to start an OnlyFans page. Does it make sense to troubleshoot LCD matrix board? It's all white, so backlight working. LVDS fine. Brand new signal source too. I see blown fuse, but hard to trace with no schematic. In my opinion, no. In my opinion, just get a used or replacement LCD instead of wasting time on that. But I don't know what the price of your screen is to know if it's worth it. Excuse me. I'm getting tired, but the messages never end.
Oreo's
I can't go to sleep until the messages end. I can only go to sleep once the messages end.
It's never going to end.
They will end.
You know how you can
Have you ever ridden a bike E? Check it out. Huh? I'm sleepy.
I know how to make this stream end faster.
Oh.
Show more close-ups of Oreo.
Oh, God.
Oh, look at this guy.
You're going to make everybody leave, Erica.
What?
You can't do that.
What?
All right. New ThinkPads as good as the older ones. In my opinion, no. I would like the $20 I have sent you due to Oreo being on screen, says Brian Perkins. How about this? Lewis, ask LTT to solve our storage problem. Stop doing what you're doing. Huh? Can you be my dad for a day, please? That's weird. Completely forgot to thank you for your... I read that one. What's your take on our power plugs? They're weird, like most things from Australia. In Australia, our rent and homeowner selling prices are horrid. 4-bedroom house in Melbourne is $600 to $1,300 a week. That's insane. I want to say that we bought the warranty online to fix the screen because no repair store had it and paid half what they asked. What a dumb system. Really appreciate your fight for right to repair. We need that here. Have you ever considered moving to Europe or Canada? I have not. Papa John says hire for attitude, train for aptitude. Do you agree? Yes. I think you hire people for what they can do, but you fire them for who they are. For the most part, I think you fire people for who they are, which means you should hire for attitude.
Can you scroll down and chat?
One second, I'm reading this other one. I know, Eric. Some of the Streamlabs one didn't show up on screen. I'm running out of monitor space. Here. When will you marry Erica? When I see the outcome of Sonny's case. Research Triangle in North Carolina might be a valid franchise location to retire to. Huh. How long do you think it will take for the New York real estate market to collapse? It's already collapsing. I see $40 a square foot in Midtown Manhattan, man. That was unheard of last year. It's collapsing as we speak. Do you hire black people? I hire black people. I hire white people. I hire brown people. Do you know how to hold a soldering iron? Do you know how PP Bus G3 hot is? We have a job for you. I don't care what color you are. I care that you can fix boards and that you don't piss off customers.
Oreo looks comfy. Oh, he is. By the way, people are asking why they don't see Oreo on stream. It's because he usually doesn't go on this chair. So most of the times, if you see him, he's either.
I do not let that cat out of my chair until he learns how to clean his asshole. Do you think experience matters for any field you jump into? If you have the chance, should you go for it with little experience? I think experience matters more than the formal education. Awesome content. Keep it up. Go get a burrito. I thank you. How have you learned to keep your composure so well in tough situations? I don't think I keep my composure very well. I think when annoying things happen, I was actually having a conversation with my trainer about that the other day. I was going over what I could do to resolve the situation. So someone walked into my store that said, "I'm taking this over from the board of the co-op. This is my thing now." And then I did my reading, and I realized that this person who claimed they owned 72 gyms had over 300 of their employees fill out a petition to have them removed. That there were people claiming that they were harassed, people claiming that they were fired for being fat, people saying that there were scales put in front of them as they would eat to try to intimidate them, people that were fired for asking about better COVID-19 protections in a gym where people weren't wearing masks. Man, there's a lot of fun that could be had there, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I could be a dick. I could fucking drill. I could be a dick. But then I come home and I see my kitty, and I pet my kitty, and I go, "Hi, kitty." That's why it's really important to not believe that you're a good human being. I don't believe I'm a good human being. I never believe I'm a good human being. I always assume I have the potential to be a complete and utter piece of shit. And it allows me to check myself. If Paul S. would not meet his job quality requirements, would you be able to fire him or Steve? I mean, technically you can.
Blackberry's right here.
I mean, yes, I could, but why would I? Well, they've always met their job requirements. They've always gone above and beyond, and Steve and Paul have always inspired me to do better when it comes to organization or sustainably dealing with problems and people. Steve and Paul have always pushed me to do better. So technically it's my company. My name's in the door. I'm 100% owner. I could fire whoever I want. But why would I fire people that have consistently pushed me to have higher standards for myself and how I treat others and how I deal with my customers? That would be insane. Which Paul is better, Paul S. or Paul Daniels? I will let them fight to the death in a cage match when we do the 2 million subscriber party.
What?
Nice cheeks, Erica, someone said. Someone's fapping to you right now.
What?
I guarantee he has his fly open.
You are
That is so
nuts.
weird. Would you ever consider taking interns to do the shit work? Nope. This is the thing about minimum wage. So to have an intern, I'd have to pay you $15 an hour. If you don't know what you're doing, then you're not worth $15 an hour. If you know what you're doing, you're worth... If you're like in the beginning and you're kind of a trainee and you haven't really had a real job before, or you're totally new to the field, like maybe 18 or 20. If You can fix boards consistently or deal with the most miserable of customers and fix miserable situations, 20s, 30s. If you can do hard drive data recovery or board repair, 20s, 30s, 40s. But if you don't know what you're doing, you're not worth 15. Like, you'd be worth 0. When I started out at Avatar Studios, I was worth 0. I got paid 0. I got taught stuff. I cleaned the floor and I cleaned the toilets. I scrubbed toilets and cleaned up musician puke. They gave me experience, and we had a deal. But yeah, the thing with the interns is the law in New York City is that I have to pay $15 an hour. You're either worth way more than that because you provide value, or you're worth way less than that because you don't. But like 15 is that middle of the line thing where there's not really much I can do with it. Because $15 an hour is too low a wage for someone who knows what they're doing, but it's way too high a wage for someone that doesn't know what they're doing. I don't know if that makes any sense, but. When's the party happening for when the New York City real estate market collapses to dust? Socially distancing, of course. Probably I'll mix that with the 2 million subscriber party. NJ exit tax just in advance or withholding of capital gains in a home sale. Tax you have to pay anyway. If your capital gains is exempt under the federal law, New Jersey taxes too. I will read up on that. I still protest your 2.2% property tax. That is excessive. It blew my mind to realize that if you get a house that's reasonably priced, you pay $15,000 to $20,000 in property tax. What is the maximum age that you train newbies at? I don't have a maximum age. I don't really care. You know, like Paul's about 10 years older than me. You know, he started not really knowing how to do any of this stuff. I don't care. Do you think Vegas will transform into the new New York? Insane nightlife, 24-hour city, convention capital, own mafia background as well. I've only been to Las Vegas once for CTIA in 2014, and I really liked it. I don't know if I liked it because it was great or if I liked it because I was out of vacation.
Uh-oh.
Oreo told me to donate. It says the one good medic. Oh, cat, I'm unsubbing. Move to Delaware. I've been looking at Bear, Delaware, and Newark, Delaware. I like Bear, Delaware, but someone bought my dream house.
Was that the one with
It's
the
weird
windows,
seeing.
with windows?
Yeah, I love that place. Erica didn't like it because it was too far away from an H Mart. That's fine. We'll find Delaware, Erica. It's weird seeing other YouTubers that you watch on other YouTube channels that you also watch. Huh. What's the most expensive place to... Thanks for the content. Today has been rough, and your videos have got my mind off things I can't control. I really wish Eli had that when to run and when to plod video still up, because I would link you to it right now. That was a helpful video for me.
What's my favorite hobby? Flower arranging right now.
Lewis, how do I get your job? Torture yourself for 2 to 4 years, messing with something that you're not really sure about how to do until you're good enough to do it, even though everybody else is laughing at you and telling you suck. I like Street Fighter, but I haven't played it in a long time. I feel like I shouldn't like your way of thinking, but I have to agree with you on the whole not believing you're a good person. I think it's imperative to not believe you're a good person. Always question why you're doing what you're doing. Dig in. Because people lie to themselves all the time. It's very easy to lie to yourself about why you're doing what you're doing or why you're thinking what you're thinking. And when I believe it's the worst possible reason, it tends to help me not become a complete piece of shit. It's my hedge against being a piece of shit. Erica, this person named AK keeps saying, have my babies. Just saying, there's some competition out there for you. Chat.
Competition.
Yeah, look at that. See?
Did you pay this person?
You think I'm paying for...
Yeah, I think this is probably the same person who has all these fake accounts on subbing whenever there's an Oreo video.
That's not how surrogates work. They would pay me to have their babies, I think.
Yeah, people really want to see this OnlyFans from you.
Why do people think this is a Republican symbol pointing to the flag? The flag is a symbol of patriotism. Patriotism, taken to its extreme, is love for country, love for everything about the country, love for what it is rather than what should change. Whereas progressivism tends to be, let's change. If you're admitting that something should change, or if you think something should change, that means you think there's something wrong the way it is. If something's wrong the way it is, then that could be construed as a disrespect for how things are and the symbol for how things are, which would be the flag. So I think that is at the TLDR of why people, the more conservative, the more patriotic, the more flag, and the more progressive, the less likely you are to see the flag everywhere. Very TLDR. That really should be like a 10,000-page book with proper citations and, opinion essays and all that shit. And I pretty much tried to dumb it down in 40 seconds. But what do you think of the presidential debate?
Oh.
Was it bigger dumpster fire than my bike? I could tell you that much.
They really gotta mute the mics next time.
Presidential debate is so fucking pointless. Seriously. Does anybody here honestly think they would have they would have learned less or more from Joe Rogan speaking to Joe Biden for 4 hours, Joe Rogan speaking to Trump for 4 hours? Like, seriously, all they did is interrupt each other. Okay, so here's a really complex, confusing, difficult to understand topic. You have 90 seconds. Explain. Okay, so that topic, you have 30 seconds to respond. Explain. Okay, now talk over each other before we get to the next really confusing, complex societal topic that you have 90 seconds to discuss. It's like, fuck this. I mean, that entire format was designed for for television, for the old system, pre-internet, pre-online video. There's no use for presidential debates to be done in that fashion. It is a complete and fucking travesty. The only reason that's even done is so that the networks can get their ad revenue. The average person here would rather have a UFC commentator talk to them than political news networks. Like, think about that. And they're not stupid for preferring Joe Rogan to have a discussion with them. Also, look at BlackBerry and Oreo about to fight.
Go back over there.
That wasn't even a debate. It was just two people talking over each other for an hour.
Hey, more pets for Oreo. Gotta move off.
I think I answered that one half an hour ago, and it showed up very late. I'm watching you for 3 years now. Decided to give MacBook Repair a try. Been in business for 1 year and 3 months. Just want to say thanks for the repair content over the years. You've inspired me. Thank you, Optimized Logic Board Repair. Cool business name and cool logo. Looks like a gingerbread cookie. Lewis, you help me speak my mind when others won't because of self-imposed limits. Pet the cats, though. They are very comfy and deserve you.
Oh, here.
Read Start With No by Jim Camp if you're having trouble expressing your opinion. It's a really good book. That book helped me with so much more than just negotiating.
Here, he'll take a pet.
Rossman uses Pampers baby wipes.
We know we use
That is not the brand that I use. Wait, that's not the way that's supposed to work.
Oreos go. No, he actually cuts his own hair.
I'm sleepy.
Huh?
But I can't go until the messages end. I'm 25 and unsure about a career choice. What's your advice for someone who wants to earn a living in New York City but doesn't yet have the skills? Okay, here's the thing. So I'm in New York City, right? I'm in New York City because I started a business here, and now I have a business here, and now I'm stuck. But if I was starting from scratch, I don't think I'd necessarily start in New York City at this point in time. My advice would be find somewhere else to pursue your purpose. By purpose, I mean going out there and doing something, literally anything, just to try and figure out where you fit in the world. I found out where I fit in the world by trying a bunch of different things out, being willing to jump off the train when I thought the train wasn't going where I needed to go, and going from there. But I did that in New York, in a very, very different New York than the New York you're going to be doing it in. You think an economic crash is happening next year? Next year? Next year? What do you think we're in right now? How many people are unemployed? How many people are food insecure? How many people can't pay rent? Maybe you lose subs because Oreo has a dopey face. I agree.
Handsome.
Yeah, Erica's really salty about how many views BlackBerry gets. See how she cuts her out of the camera angle? She moved my camera. She moved the BlackBerry out of the view. What does it usually cost to play the licensing port on an iPhone XS? You know, I honestly don't even know if we have them for the iPhone XS. I gotta take a look and see. We really just got very MacBook centric recently because ever since 2015, like mostly for iPhones, what we did was data recovery to the point where I don't even have that off the top of my head. A few dollars for your problems. Moving to Boston next year for my master's. Maybe I'll see you around. Grunbaum! What part of Massachusetts? I spent a lot of time... Oh, moving to Boston. That's part of Massachusetts. I spent a lot of time in Cambridge a few years ago. Some good memories, some bad. Some good. Following with the New York City question, I'll be in Connecticut soon, but it's very close as I am a CA resident. Any advice? I visited Connecticut 2 or 3 times. What advice would you have for someone going to Connecticut? I have no idea.
I've never been to Connecticut, but the best advice I can give to someone who's never lived there before was meet the locals, try and go to all the places that other people will go, and just keep an open mind. Be friendly. Wave and say hello.
That's the opposite of what I do.
Yeah, that's why you think people aren't friendly. People are very friendly. You just need to be friendly too.
Connecticut's an expensive area, so I'm kind of curious what it is that's bringing you to Connecticut. I also don't know how to offer you advice if I'm not quite sure what you want to do or what your goal is. If your laptop makes low electrical static noises and doesn't come from the fan, is it a problem? Laptop is a Dell. Oh, I don't know. I've never had that. I get emails every now and then saying my laptop makes a strange noise and I don't know what to make of it. And I don't know how to answer that. I always feel weird because I don't know how to answer that question.
Should each other like Erica's holding cat to QT?
That's odd. You ever get blowback from landlords? Yes. I just don't care. Do you wear makeup? No. Joe is kind of an idiot too, but I listen to the podcast. All of us are kind of an idiot. Everybody hates Joe Rogan when he says something they don't agree with. Joe Rogan's like just most of us. The difference is that he's willing to admit that he doesn't know things, whereas most people just hide and instead of they don't want anybody to know that they're human and that there are things that they don't know. So they just, they won't say a word about it so that they can hide it, so that they can pretend that they're not idiots. And he's just open in public with pretty much the thing that it's the same for all of us, which is that we don't know everything. Do you think you come from evolution or creation? I tend to lean towards evolution, but I have no idea. You think the American dream is alive? This hard work still is appreciated. Yes. Is it the same American dream that you get 50 or 70 years ago? No. But yes, I think that if you're willing to travel a bit, if you're willing to put in the work, that, there's, and if you're, I don't mean by put in the work for Walmart as a low-level salesperson for 5 years and pray that someone notices you kind of thing. I mean, if you're willing to find something that people need that you think is being done poorly and try to do it better, and you just kind of learn and you really put, and you dig in and you find something to offer that's valuable and you try to do it, I think there's opportunity here. Erica, honest to God, is marriage material, Lewis, says Yates Networks. She uses a MacBook. Walked in with a dead drive. Rossman Repair Group fixed it. Much love. Found you and subbed after listening a bit. Thank you. Abrasiveness, best way to deal with time wasters. I find that dealing with being politely incompetent. If someone's wasting your time, the best thing to do is be politely incompetent. This especially helps with family members that are never there when you need them, but immediately show up when they want their computer fixed.
Did you ever fix your uncle's computer?
You never saw the follow-up to that video, did
No,
you,
I
go?
didn't.
I did, but I used a special tool.
Oh.
It's a 5-pound titanium stick.
What?
I think there is an American dream. I just think that the problem is that there is an American dream. It's just it's different. Call me a slinky because I want to be thrown down a flight of stairs. I'm grateful to still have work. I hope you the best of luck. I'd like to take a minute. Just sit right there. I'll tell you how I fixed this stupid MacBook Air. That rhymes. Is Zoom secure or is it leaking videos and data to the Chinese government? I have no idea. I don't use Zoom. I think the idea, if you think you're going to go to college for 4 years, you're going to get a job at a normal company, you're going to work there for 40 years, and then you're going to be able to have a house, 2 kids, and 2 cars, that American dream is fucking gone. But the American dream that you make for yourself, the whole concept of, like, you know, making your own path through the, paving your own way through the world, I think that there's still a place to do that in America. As long as you don't burn yourself to a crisp, as Mancho says.
Looks like Blackberry's tired too.
What is the barrier of making a battery yourself? What I wanted to do was pay someone else to make the battery, because I would rather pay a professional than try to do it myself the first time, build it improperly, and then have it go on fire. However, I did use the place that several people referred me to. I purchased their battery. I asked them for a more expensive BMS, and I asked them for more expensive cells, and I pay the rate that they asked me to pay for it, and it still went on fire, leading me to believe that I probably should have just made it myself. Honestly, like, even hindsight being 2020, I've never built an e-bike battery before. And yes, you know, one 18650 is not going to fucking kill you. 400, like that'll do something. I'll deal with one battery. I'm not going to deal with 400 in a pack this big. Screw that. So even hindsight being 2020, I still would prefer to pay a qualified professional to build an e-bike battery than do it myself. And if it's one that several people have referred, I'll do it. This is between Eugene and the and Unipack Power. This has just not been my fucking year when it comes to referrals. I'm gonna guilt trip Mr. Moon on that for quite a while. What I read?
If you could move to any other state, where would you go?
I don't know.
Hawaii.
No, too expensive.
Hawaii.
Too isolated from everything.
Protected.
It's isolated. You upload these streams anywhere to watch them later. Everything goes to library. Check out library.io, I think. Okay, I gotta go. I'm sleepy. You guys won't let me sleep. I want to sleep. I gotta go to bed. Gotta wake up early and get my ass kicked. My sister just paid over $400 on a 2015 MacBook Pro screen. I pay over $440 to buy those fucking things now, so she got a deal. Deal. One more before I go. Thanks for all the videos. This is Phil Zora. Thank you. Okay, I'm tired. Email hi@rossmangroup.com if I forgot to answer your question. I gotta go to sleep. Thank you very much for watching. As always, I hope you learned something. Pet the kitty. Let me pet the kitty.